the magnetic field at different locations due to the magnetic dipole. Now we are discussing torque on dipole in the continuation. If we place it in external magnetic field, let us say it is uniform. We have discussed yesterday the different position magnetic field due to the magnetic dipole. Now, if we place the dipole magnet in external uniform magnetic field, then what will happen? A torque develops. How? Let us see. See, what is uniform magnetic field? It means it is same in direction and magnitude and is in spacing also. It means here this is the magnetic uniform magnetic field, means magnitude is same, direction is same, at the same time the gap between the magnetic lines of force they are also same. Then and only then it is called uniform magnetic field. It means it is same every direction also, magnitude also, in concentration also. Let us say, suppose this is a magnet like North Pole and South Pole of length say 12, and capital M is the dipole moment from South Pole to North Pole. Then what will happen? Here North Pole will experience a force in the direction of external magnetic field like MB. If we compare with electron dipole, QE is the force. We know Q is approximately, you can say same with M. Pole strength is the electrical weight with the magnetic field. So here MB. On South Pole, it is in opposite direction, the same force but in opposite direction. Is it correct? Will feel a force in the direction of external magnetic field, whereas South Pole will feel a force in the opposite of the direction of magnetic field. They are equal and opposite also. So the net force is 0. But think about the net torque, it is non-zero. Let us say this is S, N, and this is the distance, say Z, whatever it is. This is the angle initially makes a theta. So M magnet is making an angle theta with external magnetic field. So what is the torque? Torque is the force into perpendicular distance. So force here is MB, and what is the perpendicular distance? This is the 12 and this is theta. So we can have LZ with perpendicular divided by 12. It is the hypotenuse. So LZ will written as perpendicular divided by 12 is sin theta. So LZ can be written as 2L sin theta. 2L sin theta. If we replace M into 12 with capital M dipole moment, then torque can be written as capital M B sin theta. This is the torque, net torque. What is the minimum torque and the maximum torque? It depends on the value of theta. If theta is 0 degree or 180 degree, this torque is 0. If it is say 90 degree, theta angle is 90 degree, then you can say this is the maximum torque. So if theta is 0 degree or 180 degree, the minimum torque is given by MB and because of this 0 sin 0, so 0 sin 180 is also 0. That's why you can say here is 0. Minimum torque is 0. If theta 90 degree, then torque will be maximum because the maximum value of theta here is 90, so sin 90 is 1. So these are maximum torque. Minimum torque and maximum torque, minimum 0, maximum is MD. Now what is this is the magnitude here given by equation 1. If we write this one in vector form, we can write because of sine component MB sin theta means this is the cross product. So we can write here M cross B. This is the torque expression in vector form. M cross B. M cross B. Torque is M cross B and direction usually found the magnitude is given by equation 1 and direction you can find out by cross product, and direction of cross product can be found easily by using the right hand screw rule. So direction of the torque can be found by using right hand screw rule. Let us say M is this, B is this. If you apply the right hand screw rule, it is clockwise. It means it going into the page or into the bolt inward. So in this particular case, torque is inward, going into the bolt or going into the paper. Okay. So this is something about the torque experienced by the magnet or dipole if we place it in external magnetic field uniform. Any doubt in this discussion? So if you feel any doubt, any problem, you can discuss. Hello? Any doubt up to this? Okay. If there is no doubt here, then what is the tendency of this torque? What is the tendency of this torque? Because of this torque, it tends to rotate, in this case, clockwise. So in this case, it anti-clockwise in both the cases, rather in all the cases. What will happen here? Is just to rotate the dipole or a magnet, and finally like this, because of this force, it rotates like this, and theta is 0. And in that case, if theta is 0, torque is 0, force is 0. So what will happen? It will be at rest position there. Force is also 0 net force, torque is also 0 net torque. Then we can say here, if we place the magnet in external magnetic field, it tends to rotate the dipole and ultimately aligns in the direction of external magnetic field. That's all. Finish. Got this point? What is the tendency of this torque? Because of the force, because of the torque, it rotates. Net force is 0, so there is no linear motion, but because of this torque, there is rotatory motion, and ultimately it aligns in the direction of external magnetic field. Finish. That's all. Got this point? Got this point or not? What is the tendency of torque? Just to rotate the dipole and align in the direction of external magnetic field. Finish. Okay. Now we are interested to find out the work done to rotate the dipole in external magnetic field. If we place the magnet, it rotates. In rotation, we have to do some work done. So whatever work is done, it is stored as potential energy in the system. So the next topic is work done or the potential energy stored in the system. What is the system? System is the magnet in external magnetic field. This is the system. So whatever work is done in rotation, it is stored as potential energy. This is the new topic. Any doubt in this topic? Up to this, if any doubt, no question? Okay. Now, discuss here. Should I rub this? Here, the work done or the potential energy stored in the system. What is system here? The magnet placed in external magnetic field. We are taking uniform magnetic field here. We are taking the uniform magnetic field. Let us say this is the magnetic field here, external, and say this is the magnet north south pole. Initially, let it is making an angle theta 1, direction of magnetic dipole from south pole to north pole. So we can say initially magnet with dipole moment making an angle with external magnetic field, because both are vector quantity. So initial angle is theta 1. Because of the torque, it rotates. Let us say final condition is theta 2. So let us say this is the angle here theta 2. This is the angle here. This is the new position here, and angle here is theta 2. So theta 1 to theta 2, this is the rotation from initial position theta 1 to final position theta 2. In this rotation, what is the work done? We can easily find out. Work done. So small work done required to be done to rotate the dipole by some angle, small angle d theta. What is the work done? Can you tell me what is the work done here? How can you find out the work done in small rotation? Anybody? What is the expression of work done? Yes, please, Gokul. Okay. Torque into d theta. This is the correct answer. So this is the work done here. Torque into d theta. Why not? That's why this answer is very correct. Good. Putting the value of torque here is mb sine theta d theta, and to find out the total work done, we have to integrate it from the initial position to final position. And initial position means theta 1 to final position theta 2. So this is the limit theta 1 to theta 2. Is it okay? Is it okay? So now total work done, whatever is work done, that is stored as potential energy denoted with U, and there is the potential energy stored here MB. What is the integration of sine theta? What is the integration of sine theta? No. Integration of sine theta, it is minus cos theta. And this is
cos
the
minus
limit
cos theta,
here.
sir.
Yeah, theta 1 to theta 2. Integration is minus cos
Yes,
theta.
sir.
If differentiation is there, then plus cos theta. Good. So putting the limit upper and lower, we are getting here total potential energy stored is minus
Minus
MB cos
MB
theta 2
cos
minus
theta 2
cos
minus
theta
cos
1
theta 2.
is the final answer. Is the
Yes, sir.
final. You can say you can take minus also. Intentionally I am not taking minus common. If I am taking, then it will become MB cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. There is no error here. But intentionally I am writing this one. Reason behind here is theta 2 is the final and theta 1 is the initial. If I am
Yes,
writing
sir.
this, you can take this final, initial and minus sign. You are taking minus sign, then you may confuse which one is final or initial. So there may be some confusion. That's why I have written like this. Minus, I am not taking minus common. Got it? So this is the final expression of potential energy stored. In this derivation, any doubt?
No, sir.
Anybody? Okay, good. Now I'm taking the special cases. I'm taking the special cases. What is the special case here? Suppose the initial angle here is theta 1 is say 0 degree and theta 2 is 180 degree. Then putting the value of theta 1 theta 2 in this equation, we are getting minus MB and cos theta 2 means final minus initial 0 degree. We are getting cos 180 is what? Minus 1 and
Zero
cos
से
0
zero
is
आ जाएगा.
plus 1. So it will be 0.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Definitely
Yes,
no.
sir.
Definitely no, sir. Definitely no.
So why?
Why? See here, minus MB,
Sir, it will
here
be
minus 1, it will become minus 2.
all right, sir.
The value of cos 0 is plus 1. So minus 1, minus
हाँ
2 and
yes.
minus it will become plus 2. So 2 MB is the answer. Got it? And
Yes,
is
sir.
the maximum. Suppose second case theta 1 is 180 degree and theta 2 is 0 degree. Now this is final and this is initial and we are getting the maximum value is minus 2 MB. Both are maximum. In one first case it is maximum energy 2 MB plus it is also maximum energy minus 2 MB. What is the difference here? Both are maximum, but in one case it is plus 2 MB, in second case it is minus 2 MB. What is the difference here then?
So in first equation, the work is done on the system,
Yes.
and
And in second
in
case by the
second
system.
by the system.
Yes, there is no direction still. Plus and minus having this meaning. What is your good name please? Who told me this answer? Very correct answer. Very good.
Sir Kunal.
Yes, Pralji, thank you. Now third case. If suppose initial angle is 90 degree and theta 2 is say theta, in that case you will be minus MB, putting the final angle here cos theta minus initial cos 90. The value of cos 90 is 0. So it is
Zero.
writing here like MB cos theta, or
Minus
in
90.
vector notation we can write here like M dot B
E.
or M cross B. It is
M dot.
definitely M dot B. Reason here is dot product is a scalar product. Dot product is the scalar product. Okay? Okay now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
In the special cases also. No problem. Putting the value of theta 1, theta 2 simply. So you have to learn this equation to minus MB in bracket cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1 final minus initial. Okay? Because otherwise in numerical problem your answer may be wrong. If minus sign comes here, because of this, if you are not taking care of this final minus initial, then because of minus, answer may be wrong. In sparkly MCQ, plus answer also there, minus also there. So your answer may be wrong because of this final minus initial position. Okay? Okay? So any doubt up to this point, let us discuss. Otherwise, if there is no doubt, let's proceed to next topic. Okay? Should I rub it? Or any question up to this? I am waiting for a response. Any doubt up to this? Any doubt, please? Should I rub it, please? Should I rub it? Now the neutral point. Question is, what is neutral point? What is neutral point? Neutral point means here a special case. Suppose this is the North Pole. North means it is definitely geographical north. And if you place the magnet here like this, north south, north is facing north, it is the geographical north of Earth. If you place the magnet in such a manner, north pole of this small magnet which facing geographical north or it is magnetic south. The difference between the geographical north and the magnetic north, we know magnetic means the earth magnetic and geographical means north, south, east, west direction, we know from the very beginning. So here especially we have placed the magnet north pole towards the geographical north or magnetic south. Now think about the direction of magnetic lines of force in case of Earth. Earth is a little bit, you can say, sphere. Can you see the curved surface of the sphere? You can't see. Because the Earth is a sphere, from the very top, very large height, you can say Earth is looking like a sphere. But I have not seen. Region behind its radius is very large. So it is the flat surface we are looking, although it is not correct. But because of this large radius, it is looking like flat. And for a small area like our room, lines of force are almost parallel and uniform. Actually, lines of force cannot be a parallel, cannot be a uniform, cannot be uniform, but because of very large radius, surface seem to be, lines of force seem to be parallel here for very small space because of large radius. So we can say lines of force earth magnetism is like this, uniform, like this. So this is the north to south. Magnetic north is here, where geographical south is there, and magnetic south here where geographical north is there. So don't confuse. If we say the magnet north pole pointing towards the geographical north, it means north magnetic is here and magnetic south is here. For very small space, These magnetic lines of force are parallel and uniform. And because of this small magnet, lines of force are originating from North Pole. Now we are not talking about the Earth magnetism. So lines of force are originating from the small magnet external here. We are not talking about the Earth. So lines of force are like this. These are the lines of force originating from the North Pole and terminating to the South Pole like this. So we can say, if you put the tangent, draw the tangent on the lines of force, it will tell you the direction of magnetic field. So here, horizontal component of Earth magnetic field is from magnetic north to magnetic south and geographical south to geographical north. This is called H. What is H? Is the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. In this figure, bottom to top, and on any lines of force drawn, lines of force for the magnet, then tangent will tell you the direction of magnetic field, and here it will be like this, it will be like this, and think about this particular line. See, axial line, lines of force, magnetic lines of force from bottom to top, and for a magnet also from bottom to top, means they are supporting. They are supporting. So it is not possible to have the neutral point on axial line, but anywhere. No, if you draw the component here, it is not a position. Think about this perpendicular bisector line, equatorial position like this, but given by the dotted line. Here you will find these are magnetic field here like this. So magnetic lines of force, magnetic field by the small magnet and magnetic field from the earth, they are exactly in opposite direction. They are not equal, but directly definitely H horizontal component earth is in this direction, and magnetic lines of force and magnetic field because of this magnet is downward. Here magnetic field due to the magnet is dominating over the earth magnetism. As soon as we move away, magnetic field because of the magnet is decreasing, but H remains the same for a small portion. So somewhere here magnet is dominating, here earth is dominating. So in between somewhere, let us say this point or this point here, it is the neutral point and is the north pole. No, it is the neutral point. Here, not neutral point. Neutral point means the H horizontal component of field and the magnetic field given by the magnet both are in opposite direction and they are equal also. So for the neutral point, these two things must be equal and opposite. Similarly, somewhere here also we are getting the neutral point. So there are two neutral points in this case. Neutral point means for the neutral point, these two things S will be equal to Bl. H is the horizontal component of field and what is Bm is the magnetic field. What is the formula for this? Bm due to the magnet at equatorial position. What is the formula for the equatorial position? Magnetic field. We have seen this yesterday. We have derived this yesterday only. Formula here is so S is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi, and this is what equatorial position. So m upon r cube. We are This is the R distance and this is the L. In this case, R is much larger than L, then this is the formula. If we know H horizontal component, we can find out the M, dipole moment of the given magnet, or otherwise, if M you know, we can find out H horizontal component at this position. So neutral point will give you many information like Earth is having the magnetic. At the same time, we can find out either H or M. Means one thing is known to you, other thing can be found easily, correctly. Correct? There are two neutral points on the equatorial position. Any doubt in this discussion? The Gaza point now, what do you mean by the neutral point? What do you mean by the neutral point? Neutral point, it will tell you the two magnetic field, one developed produced by the earth and other is produced by the small magnet. So neutral point possibility here, there are two neutral points only. So we place the north pole toward the north. North means geographical north. Okay. Suppose you rotate this magnet by 180 degrees, then what will happen? See, this is the case. Here, north pole is now here and south pole is here. This is the geographical north. So now, in this position, south pole is facing geographical north, and horizontal component is like this. Horizontal component is uniform, equal also in magnitude, in direction, in spacing also. Now lines of force are, this is H, this is H, and lines of force are now like this, like this. This is BM, this is BM. So here, if we see by the dotted line on equatorial position, see here H direction is like this, and from north pole south pole BM also like this. So they are supporting now. It means there is no question arises of getting the neutral point here. So on equatorial position we are not getting the neutral point because both the magnetic field are in the same direction. For neutral point, both the magnetic field must be equal and opposite, and this possibility is for axial position. Think about H is like this, BM is like this, H is like this, BM is like this. Near the magnet, magnetic field is dominating. At far distance, Earth magnetic is dominating. So in where somewhere here, we are getting the neutral point like this. From the center at a distance of R, we are getting the neutral point. So for neutral point on the axial position, H should be equal to BM. And what the formula BM at axial position? is यहाँ पे 2 है, म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई 2m upon r cube is the equation. H is the horizontal component and here 2m, here m, because this is the equatorial position and this is the axial position. Here also, if you know m, you can find out h and vice versa. So there is something about neutral point of our. In this case also we are getting the two neutral points, but on axial position. Here we are getting the two neutral points, but on equatorial position. See, if we rotate the magnet by 180 degree, think about the rotation of the neutral point by 90 degree, by 90 degree. Got it now? It means if we rotate the magnet by 180 degree, neutral point will rotate by 90 degree. Suppose if we rotate the magnet by 90 degree, neutral point will rotate by 45 degree. In general, if we rotate the magnet by 2 theta angle, then neutral point will rotate by theta angle. Okay? Just note down this point. If we rotate the magnet by 2 theta angle, then neutral point will rotate by angle half, only theta. If we rotate the magnet by angle theta, then neutral point will rotate the angle by theta by 2, half angle. Here, if we rotate the angle by 180 degree, then neutral point will be rotated by angle 90 degree. Just note down this point. This is very important point here. Any doubt in this discussion? Up to this point, if there any doubt is there, please tell me. If there is no doubt, let us change the topic. Note down this figure also. Note down the formula also. Note down the angle rotation also. Neutral point rotation. Please note down this. Yes, yes, please.
Sir, so at every angle there is a neutral point.
Yeah, definitely. Two neutral points are there, but at different locations. Yes. If we rotate the magnet by suppose theta angle, the neutral point rotate by half angle theta by 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And any other question?
No, sir.
Should I repeat now? These are, let us discuss. This is the earth here, and this is the geographical north, and this is the geographical south. Geographical north and geographical south on earth. If we join both the pole, geographical north pole and geographical south pole by single line, this line is called geographical axis. At the particular plane, vertical plane, joining these two, or they cut it into two parts. The earth will cut it into two parts. This vertical plane containing both the north-south plane, this vertical plane is called meridian. So this is called the plane, vertical plane is called meridian and geographical. So it is called geographical meridian. Geographical meridian. And the line is called axis, geographical axis. Similarly here, this is the magnetic south pole and this is the magnetic north pole. If we join them, this line is called magnetic axis and the vertical plane is called magnetic meridian. Magnetic meridian. Okay. So this line is called axis, geographical axis, magnetic axis, and this is called geographical meridian and magnetic meridian. These two, from the figure we can say they are not coinciding. Sometimes at some places they are coinciding also. The angle between them is theta. It varies from place to place. It is not a constant quantity, it varies from place to place. It may be zero also, it may be somewhere, some sort of 17-18 degree. It is called the declination. But before that, let us discuss this is the plane. This is the plane perpendicular to the geographical meridian. It is called the equator. It is the geographical equator. And similarly, this plane is called magnetic It is called magnetic equator. Magnetic equator. Got it? Whatever angle there, the same angle we are getting here also, because of this perpendicular to this perpendicular to this. It means the angle between the two meridians, magnetic meridian and geographical meridian, the same angle here existing between the magnetic equator and geographical equator. Just draw it. Then we'll discuss some points regarding the magnetism, earth magnetism. Just note down this figure. I think there's no doubt here. It is very simple thing. Have you noted down? Okay. Now, what is theta? Theta is the angle. It is called, say, magnetic declination. We are going to define this magnetic declination. Magnetic declination, say theta. As we know, it varies from place to place. How we look from one place, it seems to be different. At some other place, it seems to be different. It may be zero also. It may be maximum roughly 17 or 18 degree also. So it is varying from place to place from 0 degree to roughly 18 degree maximum. It changes with time to time, but changes say half degree only in hundreds of years. So you can say forget about that time now. But place to place it is varying. So while defining it, we have to mention the place also. So I am writing the definition of magnetic declination here at a place. It is very important because it varies from place to place. So at a particular place, the angle magnetic declination is the angle between the two plates, between the magnetic meridian and the geographical meridian. It varies place to place with 0 to 18 degree. It varies from place to place, time to time also, but in the time span, we say it varies very slowly and negligible. So, place is important here. Okay, this is the angle between the two meridians at that place. At that place, it is very important. And other is called say, this called second part is called say lambda, denoted lambda dip angle, or sometimes it is called angle of dip, or simply dip angle. Sometimes it is also called inclination of the angle, and we define this angle of dip or dip angle or angle of inclination of the earth. Should I rub this? Place to place. So here at a particular place at a particular time, at a particular place and time, although time is negligible, you can ignore it, but very importantly here, time you can ignore because time variation is very small, although varies. So at a particular place and in the magnetic meridian, this is also very important, in the magnetic meridian. If the angle of dip dip needle must be placed in the magnetic meridian. What is dip needle? First of all, let us discuss what is dip needle. Dip needle is a revolving in the vertical plane. In the vertical plane, compass needle is rotating in the horizontal plane. So, if it is not in the magnetic meridian, it cannot rotate freely. It means this is very important. Magnetic dip needle must be in magnetic meridian while we are measuring the angle of dip at particular place also, because it is varying place to place. Time also, but forget about the time. So these two things must be very important while we are defining the dip angle or measuring the dip angle. At a particular place in magnetic meridian, the angle between the magnetic field by the earth and the horizontal plane. This angle is called angle of dip. So what is the angle of dip? It is the angle of dip is the resultant magnetic field with the horizontal plane in particular place and magnetic meridian, like this. Suppose this is the horizontal plane, this is the horizontal plane, and this is the resultant magnetic field here of the earth. Then this is say angle is called say lambda angle of dip. If we resolve the magnetic field here like this in horizontal component, because lambda is touching with the horizontal plane, so this is called B cos lambda and this is called B sin lambda. This is called H. H means the horizontal component or BH. What is H? Horizontal component or BH or H is called B cos lambda. And this is called vertical component or this like in BV is given by B sin lambda. If we divide B sin lambda by B cos lambda, we'll get say B sin lambda divided by B cos lambda. This we are getting B cancel out, so tan lambda. It is the vertical component, it is the horizontal component. So this is the relation we are getting. Tan lambda is equal to vertical component or and horizontal component. The ratio of these two, it is called tan lambda at a particular place in magnetic meridian. Suppose we are not in magnetic meridian, things will change. We'll definitely discuss this point also. At a particular place dip angle is defined, magnetic meridian, these two things, and this is the angle between the horizontal plane and the resultant magnetic field there. If we resolve horizontal and vertical component we are getting. Okay.